Woodward's here on Woodward Sports Network. My friend, looking good, and I'll tell you.
You're looking good in that big boy jersey, man. Check that out.
Feeling good today. Let me tell you, we are
that menu was nice.
Big Boy, and we had so much food over the last hour.
We're both on diets. Don't tell anybody.
It's just an absolutely incredible experience, and we certainly appreciate Big Boy for hosting us today, Braylon.
Yo, it's great to be here. I had so many memories of Big Boy. When my grandmother used to take me here, I remember using the crayons. I think it comes with 4 crayons, and you draw and you color and you find your way through the maze, and then you get in high school, and then you come here after homecomings, you come here after proms. I mean, you know, what's better than Big Boy? You know what I'm saying? Elias Brothers, to take it back. That's the original right there. So it's great to be on location. It's a beautiful day, and I'm with my 2 favorite people, man.
And as you're talking, I mean, this is live radio right off the bat.
This is.
You know, Maz is trying to talk to
he's
Gus
loud
Johnson
as heck over there, isn't he?
as we get going here, but we're at 12 Mile and Hoover.
Yeah. East side, baby. East side.
And this is close to me. I mean, I'm 15 minutes away. This is great stuff.
You know, the interesting thing about coming this way is, you know, for me, it's all freeway, so it takes 35 minutes to get here, but it takes me 28 to get to the studio regularly. So, I mean, what's an extra 7 minutes to have a Big Boy and hang out on the east side, baby?
We're going to be here until 4 o'clock. We hope to come see, have a little late lunch, early dinner, whatever the case
whatever
may
you want
be.
to do.
So
breakfast,
we'll be here for that.
You can do it all.
Hey, there is an entire menu of college football on tap this weekend. None bigger locally here and perhaps in the Big Ten Conference this weekend than Michigan on the road at Wisconsin. And to help us talk about it, our absolute favorite. He is a native Detroiter, lead voice of college football on Fox, Gus Johnson. Gus, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, boys? I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm here in Madison on the campus getting ready to go into the stadium. It is like, I feel like I'm in Los Angeles or something, man. It's like 75 degrees. It's sunny. It's perfect. I mean, I hate it. I'm ready for, like, I was hoping that it would be like 22 or something like that. We get a real football game.
The weather is amazing here as well as there in Madison, Camp Randall Stadium. Hey, Gus, I just got to throw out something to get you excited real quick. Cherry Lawn and 7 Mile. Does that ring a bell? Cherry Lawn and 7 Mile.
Of course it does.
There we go. I also,
you know me. I'm from Dexter, Ewald Circle.
So I also,
if I had a chance to go to Cherry Lawn and 7 Mile, that meant I was up there with some pretty girls, rich girls up there, man. You know, I love Cherry Lawn and 7 Mile. What are you talking about?
Wow, you're not the only one that went to University of Detroit Jesuit Academy. I went there as well. I didn't go to the high school. They told me I was too bad, so I had to go to King High School. But I had to throw that out there, man. That Detroit love, man. Little Detroit love right there.
Hey,
That's
Gus.
Right, UD High, man.
Yes, sir.
Gus, talk to me about this. When you say you're on the campus in Madison, and there's so much excitement surrounding this Michigan team, I think, this year for everybody in Ann Arbor and in the state of Michigan, and then maybe a little luster taken off just a little bit with Wisconsin's loss last week to Notre Dame, and now they come into this game 1-2. But the atmosphere itself as you walk on campus, I mean, this is a big-time Big Ten game in October, is it not?
You're 100% right. I mean, whenever Michigan comes into town, especially when the Wolverines are playing as well as they are to start the season, albeit it's early, and they didn't, you know, aside from Washington, I would say they didn't really play too tough of a schedule early, but they're undefeated and everybody's excited. Wisconsin is a good team. They've lost 2 really, really tough games to 2 good teams. Penn State is in the top 5, and Notre Dame is in the top 10, or right on the border. So I think the Badgers are definitely looking forward to righting their ship, and the Wolverines are standing in the way. And we're really going to see what Michigan is about tomorrow. I know they love to run the football, which is old school. But I tell you one thing I'm seeing with Michigan, and Braylon, you tell me if you think I'm right. These receivers, when they do get balls thrown at them, they look fast. Fast. Like they can get into the slot, they can get in the space and the yards after the catch. And Haskins and Corum, you know, fire and ice there. So I think this is going to be a heck of a scene tomorrow here in Madison.
Definitely excited. You're 100% right. Those receivers can go. When they haven't thrown the ball that often. I think Cade McNamara only has 33 attempts this season, if I'm not mistaken. So, but we have seen it in sample size. Those receivers being able to get down the field. I think that's going to be key, because to me, it's going to come down to the turnover battle between the quarterbacks. Cade McNamara doesn't have any, and Mertz had 4 last game alone. So I think that's where it's going to come down, because watching the game with Wisconsin and Notre Dame, I noticed that their defensive line, I want you to correct me if I'm wrong, I noticed that their defense is a lot better than people gave them credit for. I think that defense is pretty good, especially that deep front. What do you think? What do you make of Wisconsin's defense, especially before the fourth quarter of the game last week against Notre Dame?
Well, I think that the Wisconsin defense is excellent.
Yes.
I mean, excellent. They haven't given up a whole lot of points. Penn State, Wisconsin, it was a scoreless game at halftime. That front seven especially, they're good. Sanborn, the linebacker, number 57, Keanu Benton, the terrific nose tackle. I believe he's number 95. I don't have my stuff in front of me. But those guys can really play. Jim Leonard, Braylon, as you know, played in the NFL for many, many years in the secondary.
He's a teammate of mine.
Yeah. Oh, where did you play with
the Jets?
Right. Okay.
Back-to-back AFC championships. Yep.
He's a heck of a mind, and he's got those kids dialed up. But so we're going to see what that Michigan O-line could do if they can move Wisconsin. But when you look at Wisconsin, I think you guys brought up the most important point. Graham Mertz has been turning the ball over, and you can't turn it over and win against good teams. So. Something's got to give tomorrow. I think Graham is going to play much better, and that defense will be ready for that Michigan ground attack. So hopefully we'll really be able to see these receivers in action.
Talking to Gus Johnson, he has the play-by-play for Michigan and Wisconsin tomorrow. And Gus, just going back to something you said, doesn't it just absolutely feel like Michigan has to win this game? I mean, you and Joel have called a number of Michigan games over the years. There has been a lot of disappointment in Ann Arbor since Jim Harbaugh has come here. 1-9 on the road against ranked opponents. Although Wisconsin is not ranked, they are favored. It feels like a must-win game for the Michigan Wolverines. How do you see it?
You know what? I kind of think that every game is a must-win situation for Michigan. But you're right, especially tomorrow. The Wolverines, just talking to Coach Harbaugh this week, I've never seen him as loose and as casual. I've never seen him like that since I've been covering him since he's been at Michigan. So I think that there's a quiet confidence going on with this team, and they're ready to be tested tomorrow. And they're also, I believe, ready to show people what they have. I think one thing that's really helped them is they shifted to this Raven style of defense. So Coach Harbaugh said that one thing that's helped them is now they can get cut up, because Coach Harbaugh knows some people with the Ravens that he's pretty close to, if you know what I mean. And they can get cut up. The defense can get cut up. And, Braylon, you can speak to this and how important it is, or if it's not important, just let me know. But Coach Harbaugh said they can get cut up of people that are in the NFL playing for the Ravens that play their position.
Yeah,
so it's a very – I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, my apologies. I was just going to expound on what you said, and I was going to agree with you. It is very important, especially when you're trying to teach someone how to play that position and how to run that scheme. You know, when I was at college, we would get, route tapes from T.O., Chad Johnson, Eric Campbell, who's the wide receivers coach at Michigan. He would get those tapes in, Ryan, and they would show that to me and say, hey, this is how we're running the offense. Like, this is the scheme that we're running. I want you to see how this guy does that. He does that on purpose. He does it with emphasis. And so by watching it, by having those tapes, those professionals that do it at a high level, I was able to now not just see X's and O's. I was able to see not just lines and dots, and you explaining something to me. I actually can see it in real time with NFL studs and stars doing it. So you're absolutely correct about seeing something as opposed to just writing it down in X's and O's.
Yeah, I like that, too. I like that, Coach Harbaugh told us, he said, I talked to a lot of people when I was making the changes on my staff, Vic Fangio, head coach of the Denver Broncos. But when it was all said and done, and this is what I love about it, he said, I just called my brothers, and they put me together, and John is a Super Bowl winning coach. I think John Harbaugh has been with Baltimore for, I want to say, 14 seasons. Because I watched the Lions game the other day, and my poor Lions.
Gus.
Don't get mad started.
Oh man, come on, man. So I just think it's clever, and it feels. One thing about the Wolverines this year, it feels good. If you understand what I'm saying, I like that Josh Gaddis now is more comfortable in his third year. It seems like he's kind of got the players that he wants in those positions. They're healthy. Everybody's positive. So I think I can't wait for tomorrow, to be honest with you. This is going to be so much fun because those guys, by the end of this game, there's going to be broken glass everywhere.
For somebody.
Absolutely.
Somebody's going to break something.
Hey, Gus, I got to take a 30-second break. Sit tight if you would. We got plenty more to talk. Gus Johnson, lead play-by-play guy for Fox Sports College Football. Big noon kickoff tomorrow from Wisconsin, from Madison as well. Michigan and the Badgers do battle tomorrow at noon. More with Gus when we come back. Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
All right, right back here. We are broadcasting live from Big Boy, our partners here on Woodward Sports. We are at the 12 Mile and Hoover location. Come on out. We'll be here until 4 o'clock. But let's get back to our conversation with Gus Johnson. He is double dipping this week.
He is.
Michigan and Wisconsin on Saturday.
He's a homer for real this weekend.
That's right. Lions and Bears on Sunday. We'll get to that in just a second. Gus, I wanted to ask you, Michigan is doing everything on the ground right now. And, of course, we talk about Wisconsin's front seven, number one in the nation in terms of rush defense. Caden McNamara and Braylon, you talk about this all the time. Isn't this a game, too, where Michigan has to flex their muscle through the air a little bit if they can't, maybe run the ball for 300 yards every week, right?
100%. Yeah.
Gus, does this feel like a Cade game?
Not necessarily to me. What I like about Michigan and what they're doing, I'm kind of getting tired of all this, especially in the Big Ten. I did the two Ohio State games. They played Minnesota, and then they lost to Oregon at home. They're throwing the ball too much. It's just, I don't want to see them throw it 50 times.
Right.
What I like about Michigan is that so far, and this is Jim Harbaugh, you go back to Jim Harbaugh when he was the head coach at San Diego. You go back to Jim Harbaugh when he's the head coach at Stanford. You go back to Coach Harbaugh when he's the head coach at 49ers. He wants to run the ball. What does that mean? These guys are going to be physical. I want to see the physicality, and that's what I'm seeing so far in Michigan. And it's going to be a great test tomorrow against Wisconsin because they're physical on defense, especially in the front seven. So something has to give. Cade, I feel that he is a capable passer so far.
Yeah, I understand that.
Young. Yeah.
No, my apologies. I understand that, and I agree with you 100%. It doesn't have to be forced. We don't want to throw the ball 50 times like you saw with C.J. Stroud against Oregon, and they still lost. But the one thing I did notice is when they tried to run the ball against Rutgers and Greg Schiano in that defense, it didn't work. And then when they tried to go to the passing game, it didn't work. Greg Schiano put everybody in the box. He stacked 8 in the box. Said, "I dare you to beat me with the pass," and he couldn't beat him with the pass. So I was a little bit caution. I don't want to say worried. I was a little bit caution about them not being able to pass the ball. And you see Ronnie Bell went out early on in the season. That was their best wide receiver. It seems like they've been searching to find a guy, and they can't find that guy that they trust. If you look at, the attempts, they've only attempted to each receiver maybe 2 times a game or once or twice. So that's the only thing that has me nervous. Now, I need you to ease me a little bit and tell me that it's going to be okay, Gus.
Oh, come on, man. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say to you. Incremental steps. That yeah, they didn't run it effectively, but they were up 20-3 at halftime.
Yeah.
So what they were doing was working in terms of moving the ball. That first drive that Michigan had against Rutgers, they marked it right down the field. They ran it almost every play and punched it in the end zone. So I think it's there. But what I do feel is when it's time, that passing game is going to come. And it might be tomorrow, but when it's time, I think they have the weapons. I like that Sanders still. That guy is fast. What's his number? Another number.
Dylan Brown.
Number 13, really fast.
Yeah.
Is it 13 or 3? No, 3.
3, A.J. Henning. 3, A.J. Henning.
Yeah,
Henning.
He can run. Like, they can really, really run. And I think Cade is got something special about it.
Yeah.
I think that this kid, 2-time player of the year in the state of Nevada, committed to Notre Dame at first, but then changed his mind, sat down with Coach Harbaugh. They went over his high school tape. He felt comfortable from the very beginning. I think that he has something special that we haven't seen from a QB at Michigan in quite some time. He's kind of like a it factor.
Yeah.
And I like the way that he can run as well. He's not a statue back there. So, but the thing that I like the most is that they're establishing an identity. And that's what I saw with Ohio State. I didn't know, and I think I even said it on the air, guys. I didn't know if Ohio State was a running team or a passing team. You know, Ohio State has some of the best young runners in the country, but they threw it 50 times. So Michigan, what you do know about them is they're going to try to run the rock. And remember, Braylon, it gets cold around here.
Hey, yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? We're not playing in the SEC where
Yes,
it's
it
always
does.
50 degrees or better, or in the Pac-12, or in the Big 12, or the ACC where that weather is just, it's so nice and perfect. You know, it's I call it sea line weather, man. Where let me get my my cream and my blankie.
Yeah, you got to put your big boy pants on.
Game. Yeah, you got to be big boys over here, and I think that's a great identity, especially when the weather turns. And you know how it is. It's 75 degrees here in Madison today, but on Wednesday it could be 38. So
shifting gears.
I love the way I love the way the Michigan Wolverines are going.
Oh man, shifting gears real quick. 2001, I played at Madison as a freshman, and we ended up winning in that game. We won on a block punt, actually. When they started the fourth quarter, I heard something I had never, ever heard before. I heard a stadium that seemed like it was crumbling, like it was vibrating. And it was this noise that I've never known, and it scared the bejesus out of me. It was the start of the fourth quarter, and it was jump around. Oh, my God. And I know you know about that noise. I saw you at the Penn State game. Just talk about that experience of hearing jump around for the first time in Camp Randall Stadium.
Man, I tell you, I'm a hip-hop fan. I'm sure you are, too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, of course. We all are, and House of Pain, Everlast, when that music, when it starts, when it goes,
there it is. Yeah. Yes, there it is.
And then all of a sudden, it's the greatest.
Yeah.
Right. It's the greatest experience, and I've been all over college football, SEC, Big 10, Pac-12, Big 12. There's nothing like it because it's youthful, it's energetic, it's passionate. These kids just really, and they're kids, which is what we always have to keep in mind. They just let go. And when we did the Penn State game and they played jump around, it had been 200 or something days since they had a chance to play that song in front of a full house. And everybody just let go and exploded.
549.
Yeah, I think Joel even was moving his shoulders a little bit in that booth.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys are rocking.
That's right. We were rocking in there, man.
You guys are rocking.
Maz?
Hey, Gus, man, great having you on. Gus Johnson, Fox Sports, of course, does NFL and NCAA, doing Michigan, Wisconsin, doing Lions, Bears this weekend. Take me back last week. The missed field goal by Matt Prater goes 109 yards back from Jamal Agnew, and you on the call. And Jamal Agnew played here in Detroit. We loved him. Wish we could still be here. But, man, what a play. That's historic.
Yes, that was a historic play, 109 yards. I tell you, Matt Prater, if he would have been playing in a little bit less humid weather, I think he may have hit that kick from 68. But Agnew picked it up, and he was daring. He brought it out. And what I like about that play, because I've looked at it a bunch of times, look at the blocking by the Jaguars on that play. Everybody was selling out. But he got some great blocks. He broke a couple of tackles, but he got some great blocks. I mean, guys were just throwing themselves in front of the chariot. And when he hit that sideline, and I saw that, what do you call it, Braylon? When you're returning a kick and you got that wall in front of you.
Oh, the wedge. The wedge protection.
The wedge, yeah.
There you go.
Man, I saw him, and I saw the only man back was the kicker.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
problems.
man, oh man, it's over. You know,
it's over.
So this guy's running into history, and not only is he running into history, but he knows he's going to be the center of attention because he knows he caught it from 109 yards back. So he's going to be the man all week.
Yeah, he is.
That's certainly what happened.
It was like Auburn and Alabama that one year.
Hey, man. Gus, we played that probably a half a dozen times this week alone. Anyway, and then the week prior to that, he hits that long field goal at the end of the first half. You were at that game as well. You like those Cardinals.
Oh, I love the Cardinals, man. Kyler Murray is something.
How about the Lions and Bears? Tell us a little bit about what you're thinking about Dan Campbell, and, of course, on the other side of the coin, Matt Nagy maybe coaching for his job.
Well, I think Matt Nagy is coaching for his job, but he's been put in a tough situation. Rookie quarterback, older quarterback that gets hurt. The other older quarterback is you just don't know where he is. He's been in the league a long time. So, but the Bears defense looks good. Even though they gave up a lot of points in the fourth quarter, it was a close game with about a minute and 40 remaining in the third. The Lions, my boys, I think that they've been close. I'm watching this game, and this guy doinks one off the crossbar and goes in. It's just like that. That's kind of our luck.
Yeah.
But I think Coach Campbell has the right kind of guys in place. I think Jared's going to be great. I love DeAndre Swift and how when they finally start getting him the football in space, the offense started to generate. Hopefully they learn from that, and they'll do that against Chicago on Sunday. And I just think that the Lions, it's going to be okay. They're going to win some games, maybe more games than we thought, off to a slow start. I feel like the same thing about the Bears. I think if they can get their offense clicking, I don't know who they go to. Maybe Montgomery, if they can run a little bit better. I think that defense is good. I mean, they have some dudes on defense, man. I mean, woo!
Yeah.
They hit and they hit and they hit. So that's going to be a fun one to watch at Soldier Field on Sunday as well.
I want to steal something from my dear friend Ryan Armani right now, and I want to use it as my own, but as I've already given him credit for it. We've been talking back and forth, and you look at the draft coming up in 2022, there aren't a lot of quarterbacks. In fact, Pro Football Focus said that the first quarterback taken wouldn't come till pick number 15, and that's Malik Willis. Do you think the Detroit Lions have enough in Jared Goff? You see the offensive line that they have. The offensive line is scoring high, and they still don't have Taylor Decker. The running game, they have Swift, they have Jamal Williams, they have some pieces there with Hockenson. Do you think Jared Goff is enough, or do you think he's playing on borrowed time?
No, I think Jared Goff is more than enough. I think what the Lions need some receivers.
Yep.
How you feeling, Braylon? How you feeling?
I mean,
I tell him that
stretch the knees out a little bit. I stretch the knees out a little bit.
Team, baby, come on, man.
Just stretch a little bit.
I tell him that all the time.
I can give you 8 plays. 2 plays a quarter.
That's all we need.
two plays a quarter. 1 jump
Red
off.
zone.
That's it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
We need you. But
Yeah.
I think they need some receivers. They need a big-time receiver.
Yeah.
Somebody that can create the separation. I like some of the pieces they have. I like that little number 11, Raymond. I think he's quick, get out of Holy Cross.
Cephas.
Quintez Cephas.
I mean, you're in
remember
Wisconsin,
him at,
so perfect.
Wisconsin, yep. When he was here in Wisconsin. Not bad, serviceable, but not Megatron,
Oh, yeah.
That's what we need. So we need a guy that can get open. I think T.J. Hockenson is going to be wonderful, but if you get that receiver, then Hockenson is going to be open even more, and then Raymond will be open anymore. So I don't know who's out there, but to me, if like I look at the kid in Minnesota, Jefferson, that came out of LSU.
Special. Justin Jefferson, he's special.
Right, and I'm gonna use this term only because I'm talking to my hometown and hometown radio.
Yeah.
We, and I'm speaking French to you.
Okay.
We need a receiver, a bad dude, a dude. And that's
dude.
what I will be looking for. Right. That's what I'll be looking for in the draft this year if I'm the Lions.
Just think that Justin Jefferson wasn't even the best wide receiver on his team at LSU. It was Jamar Chase. Right. Jesus Christ.
Right. Hey, Gus, how about your partner in the NFL booth, Akib Talib? First of all, I love the way he dresses. I love what he's doing in the booth, but can you talk him into maybe playing for us on the defensive side?
Send him down. Send him down
this way.
Let me tell you something, and this is crazy. Every time we sit down to talk to a head coach, it's been Mike Zimmer, it's been Cliff Kingsbury, Urban Meyer, okay? They all say, hey, Key, you still want to play? We got a spot for you over here. And Akib laughs. You know, he said, I don't know, man. I weigh 205 right now. I'll probably be playing, the Viper because a safety kind of position instead of the corner. But, everybody asked him if he wants to play still because he was such a wonderful player, all-pro, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion. At one particular time before Jalen Ramsey came into the league, some felt that Akib Talib at Denver was the best corner in football.
Yeah, so, I agree.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean, everywhere he was, he had success at a different level. Like, once he left Tampa Bay, which is where he was drafted, now you look at his time at the Patriots, you look at his time at the Rams, you look at his time at Denver, he just knew what he was, and even though he got into it with players on the field, he looked to him to lead. If you watch that Denver team, which is arguably the best defense ever, obviously the 85 and then Baltimore Ravens, but you look at that Denver defense, they were looking to him. Von Miller was the playmaker, but they were looking to Akib to be the leader. So, I mean, that says a lot about his ability and ability to lead.
Yeah, man. He's just, I tell you, he's just a wonderful young man. He's just really a pleasure to be around. Very respectful young man, focused young man. He wants to get better at this. We're working on trying to help him get better. We're going to, work on some of his conjugation, verbs. We're going to go back to UD High. Okay. I had a teacher at UD High by the name of Mr. Wendell Hall. Rest in peace.
Toughest curriculum ever.
It's tough, but, I'm going back myself. Last night, actually, I was working on the principal parts of the word to be. I am. You are. He is. She is. They are. And we're going to start working with Akib on that kind of stuff. And he is a willing and engaged participant. He wants to get better. And some of the things that he says are just spot on and so accurate. And it's like I've never heard it from that perspective, because you're usually hearing the analysts come from an offensive perspective,
right?
Quarterback, But now I got a defensive guy that was one of the best at what he did during his time, and it's refreshing, and it's style, it's swagger. And that Super Bowl ring when he wore it this past week, man, I was like, wow.
He's very likable. He's very likable.
Yeah, he's very likable. Yeah, you just like him, man.
That's it.
He's just one of your dudes.
Gus,
so I think he's going to be great.
I got to tell you, I think that says just as much about you as it does him, the fact that he's willing to want to get better, but about you as a partner, too, trying to help him to get better. And I want to stick with you personally for a little bit, if I could. Just this is the last thing I have. I've been following you for about 20 years. Even before I knew you were from Detroit, I work at the local Fox television station here in Detroit, and I work with two guys who worked with you or knew you in D.C., Dan Miller and Greg Canner.
Oh.
And in 20 years ago, they mentioned to me, this guy, Gus Johnson, in D.C. is the best. Nobody's better at what he does than Gus Johnson. I've been following you for 20 years. I think you should be calling Super Bowls, by the way. I think you're the best guy going right now. However,
Amen.
However, is there a part of you at all that you've done just about anything there is to do in this business? Is there a part of you at all that would like to come home at some point There's a job open at the University of Michigan next season for play-by-play. And again, I'm not trying to get you in trouble or anything like that with contracts or anything. But is there any part of you that would ever want to do anything like that with your career?
Nah, not really.
No,
man.
I love it.
I live in Los Angeles.
Ready to just pull the cold water. Pour the cold water over my head. Right
You shot that one down, baby.
Oh man, the guy said Michigan. Go get Gus Johnson. Go get Gus Johnson.
Yo, man, December in LA is something to see. I'm a golfer. I love my lifestyle. I love my home. The thing I like about coming home is, I can go over to my cousin Evelyn's house and eat her collard greens and get full and see my family. But my life is somewhere else now.
Right.
When I get older, maybe when I, and they don't want me anymore at the network, maybe. I know, I'm a big Pistons fan. I grew up with the Pistons. Maybe down the road, get a chance to do something. So I love my hometown. I love Detroit. Hey, Braylon, were you a West Side Cub?
Come on, baby. Patowski and Broadway. Patowski and Broadway.
You know about that, Braylon?
Patowski and Broadway. Come on, man. Tandy, William Tandy. Yeah. West Side Cub for life. Patowski and Broadway. We were the only team to have our own stadium. Everybody else played at the local high schools, but the Cubs, we had our own stadium on Patowski and Broadway. I played there B team and A team.
I was a West Side Cub too.
Man, the overlapping is crazy right now.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, man. That's crazy. So,
Gus, go ahead. I was just going to wrap you up.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was just going to say thanks for all this time you've given us. You couldn't be more generous with your time. We're huge fans of yours. We love everything that you're doing, man. And you got a lot of support here in your hometown.
Cub brother, man. Cub brother for life. You a D Cub and West Side Cub. We're two Cubs.
That's right.
We got two Cubs.
Hey, do us a favor. Bring home a Michigan win for the first time since Braylon was a freshman.
Oh,
please.
Man, that's right. Last time Michigan's won in Wisconsin was 0-1 my freshman year.
Nah, I think it's going to be a different year. I feel good about this year with the Wolverines, guys. I'm not even worried about this.
That's what I'm talking about.
And by the way, you're going to see Dan Miller on Sunday in Chicago, too, calling the Lions game on the radio. So you'll see.
Dan Miller is one of my dear, dear friends. He is so professional and handsome and a good human being, man. I love Dan Miller, man, and I can't wait to see him and, give my city, my favorite place on earth. I always tell people you got to know people's latitude and longitude. And for me, it's 42, 1954, 83, 248, baby.
Yes,
Detroit,
sir.
all day, every day. What up?
Learn that at UD.
Right, give my city my city a kiss for me. Cubs for life. All right?
The great Gus Johnson. Thanks so much, Gus. How great was that?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Love you, buddy.
Okay, thanks, Gus Johnson. I got to get to a break. Let's react to everything you said afterwards. This is Armani and
Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
We are back here at Big Boy on 12 Mile and Hoover. Just had the great Gus Johnson.
That was amazing.
First of all, how great is?
We got Big Boy in the building. Get over here, Big Boy. What's up, buddy?
How you doing,
man? You good?
Oh my gosh, Big Boy is
Big Boy, man.
We got treats, and we got hockey jerseys.
It doesn't
too,
do
by
the
the
head,
way.
and he stole the treat.
Hey.
Where you going? This is our stuff. You gave it to us. I was excited.
Man, Big Boy is here, everybody. Come on out.
That's my hero right there.
You got to come out and support, man. We're here with the original Big Boy, man. I'm talking. This
Go
is
Blue.
the spot, right? Go Blue. Here it is.
And Big Boy's a Michigan fan.
See, that's
and
why
a Lions
that's
fan.
why it's authentic.
Not so much.
It's the Red Wings, Tigers, Lions. There we go.
That's
there
awesome.
We go.
Hooper's got nothing on Big Boy.
I know, right? This is it. This is how it's supposed to be. You come, you do a show, you eat some food, you talk to Gus, you kick it with Big Boy.
And let me tell you, this Big Boy sandwich and the Slim Jim.
The Slim Jim is my thing.
Forget it. And then this chicken sandwich too.
You gotta give Big Boy a seat.
I ate way too much here today. This chicken sandwich that they have now on the menu is out cold.
At least it's Friday, so you can get a good nap in and you'll be ready for the game tomorrow.
The onion rings are the size of my head.
You ready for the game? You looking at notes?
got all the notes here and everything. Hey, by the way, we're all wearing hockey jerseys today. Because, Maz, of course, the old Fraser Ice Arena is now named after Big Boy.
How about
right
that,
here? You got your own arena now, man. Look at you.
This is hockey town in here.
Go ahead, write it down.
He wants to autograph it. You can get the signature. We got to get the Sharpie out.
We can't thank Big Boy enough for their teaming up with us here at Woodward Sports.
What number did you get?
77, Paul Coffey.
They gave me 70.
Ray
They must have thought that was my age or something.
Is it you? Well, you are a fan of the 70s.
I am a fan of the 70s.
There you go.
I thought that's why you had 70.
I like that.
Now, am I Paul Coffey or Ray Bork?
You could be Coffey.
Who's the most famous 77?
I would think Coffey.
Yeah.
I would think
Ryan
Coffey.
Armani.
Coffee. There you go.
I would think Coffey.
Ryan Armani Coffee.
Awesome. That's great.
Bork beat the devil, so I don't count him.
Listen to this guy and his New Jersey stuff.
There it is. Always comes out. New York, New Jersey. Anything that happens bad, Maz is going to bring it up. I love it.
That's
They
great
stole
stuff.
that series.
Can't thank Patrick and his staff here
Not enough.
at the location at 12 in Hoover. And Big Boy, of course. I mean, come on.
Of course.
Now.
He forgot about you. I did. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. I got your
Braylon's
back.
the guy,
we'll go
right?
hang out, man.
Big Boy's a camera hawk.
See, I know, right?
That's all right.
This guy loves the camera.
He's supposed to. He's Big Boy, though. I mean, he's supposed to love the camera.
Sorry,
That's
Big
so
Boy.
great.
You're my guy.
Did you see the stack of pancakes that Big Boy gave to
I was here when he
D-Mac
met.
earlier?
Oh, my God.
Was he-
Eight, if I'm right.
Man.
Oh, man.
No, he took one huge bite, but got all, I think, whatever, how many
It was like
pancakes.
20 of them in
That's
there.
a mouth. Like, to get,
Yeah.
it was, oh, man, that was tough.
There's
I mean,
Frank,
that
too.
was tough.
Shout out to Frank in the back.
Frank, there he is. I think D-Mac could have picked him up like a burger and maybe
You see, he's got his huge hands.
gone that route.
He's going in the Michigan Hall of Fame tonight.
How
Michigan
about
Sports
that?
Hall of Fame.
Shout out-
The
I'm glad
grind
you
to our boy
mentioned that.
D-Mac,
Yeah,
man.
D-Mac and Kirk Maltby and Chris Draper. I mean, I'm telling you, that is such
Joey
a special
Kosher.
honor. Joey Kosher, the original grind
You got it.
liner, if
Yeah.
you will. You can't be happy enough for those guys.
No, man.
Right?
What an honor at Motor City Casino tonight.
Yep.
Wish him the best.
And D-Mac's got a wrestling match.
He
prior
does.
to that.
He's got to run. He's got to do
He's
his
got a
show.
hard out.
He's got that, and then he's got to get out and go get beat up at wrestling.
I'm
He's
getting beat
got
up by Big Boy.
I know, right? Hold on, Big Boy. Hey, we're buddies. Watch out.
Braylon will fight back.
I'll
Big
stand
Boy,
up
give
and
it
be
a
taller
rest.
than Big Boy.
There he is.
I knew it was Joey.
Are you kidding me? Stop it.
You weren't supposed to spoil the magic. You spoiled the magic.
Dude,
oh,
I
man,
had
it's
no
like
idea that was you.
Joey, are you going
there's
to wait
no
us?
Easter Bunny too.
Are you going to wait us on the sidelines for the high
Okay,
school
Easter
game?
Bunny's real.
I'm gonna
Okay.
be honest. This might be what are we at? Our 1 year?
Yeah, 1 year anniversary
Oh,
I might
today.
be calling it quits. I think I got a new career.
You're retired.
There you go.
You're good, man.
Dude,
There you
that
go.
is
I don't know.
awesome.
That's a lot of silent work, man.
I want to put that on for Halloween.
Nah,
Can I have that
that'd
for
be
Halloween?
that'd be all you, buddy.
Your kids will
That'd
love
be
it.
all you.
Thanks, Joey. And Big Boy.
Big Boy.
All right,
Shout out
give
to
a
Big
round
Boy,
of applause
a.k.a.
for Big
Joey.
Boy. Hey, while I'm here, I'll take another break. Come right back.
We got to get back to what Gus
I want to
said.
get a
Yeah.
couple of things about what Gus
Okay.
said. And boy, I almost poured the cold water over my head. Wasn't that a great question,
It
though?
was.
He shot it down. That was a
Oh,
great
man.
It
answer.
took you about 5 minutes to get it out. It took
Because
him
I
5
wanted-
seconds
I
to
wanted to
get
give
it
him
back.
some-
I
That
know.
was lots of love.
I know.
We'll be
Yeah.
right back here on Woodward Sports Network.
Armani and Edwards.
Yes,
Bottom
sir.
line, baby.
I'm looking to bring on another
Great. We'll get 'em all
HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to
okay.
10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we
Everything's
hire is
perfect.
from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
Congratulations.
They're
to you
always my
as well.
first call.
We love hiring
What year?
Northwestern
Tough,
Tech
man.
grads.
They come out trained
What
and
a
ready
difference
to
a
work.
year
The
makes.
program is only
Right.
10 and a half
And you guys
months,
are
and our
busy.
next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
We're looking to hire
Guardian
a
Alarm
graduate
too?
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz from MyBookie.ag, our studio sponsor, and, of course, on the road here at Big Boy as well. Tom Brady returning to New England this weekend, the biggest game of the year and the biggest stakes at MyBookie. Whether you're backing the Bucks or Pats, it's always better when you have some cash on the game at MyBookie.ag. Get in on the action. It's a whole new level right now at MyBookie. Both teams with great defenses. Nobody knows each other better than Brady and Belichick, so maybe the under might be the play in this game. Don't wait around. Go to MyBookie right now. Bet on this game or any other NFL or NCAA. Baseball playoffs coming down the stretch as well. Use the promo code Woodward to double your first deposit. Again, Woodward, use that in the promo code. They will double your first deposit with MyBookie. Start your winning season today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Papa Romano's pizzas have made them a Detroit favorite for over 50 years. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 decades, folks. House-made dough, fresh-cut hand veggies, as
Papa
well as
Romano's
fresh cheese. Fresh cheese. How could you have not a good pizza with fresh cheese? Same quality goes into all their pizzas, salads, and subs, and pitas. Order now at paparomanos.com. Opa!
Papa Romano's don't mess around.
No, they don't. I had one yesterday.
One bit of breaking news, if I could. Adam Schefter reporting that Bears head coach Matt Nagy said today his starting quarterback for Sunday's matchup against the Lions will be a game-time decision.
Ooh, Nick Foles possibly? Nick Foles maybe?
How about that? So we will see. But I want to get back to the conversation that Gus Johnson had with us. Just about the Michigan Wolverines in this big game, Braylon, on Saturday at Madison. And you had mentioned, in that atmosphere, you were a freshman the last time Michigan won a football game at Camp Randall. It was 2001. The Wolverines won the game 20-17. Right. 5 straight losses since that time, and of course the last 2 years specifically, the Chicago Bears, the Wisconsin Badgers. Where are my notes here? Of course, 35-14, 49-11 last year in Ann Arbor, 49-11, over 700 yards of rushing in those last 2 years. Wisconsin has dominated these Wolverines over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they definitely have. I think they won 6 of the last 10. 6 out of 10 games, they won 6 of the last. It's tough. But something that Gus Johnson said, and something that I'm taking with me, because I was ready to talk about, after the Rutgers game, they didn't get the passing game going. They kind of shut down the running game. They predicated on them beating them with the pass, and they really couldn't beat them with the pass. But you know what? This is a different team. I got to go back to what we saw earlier in the year, the game against Western, the game against Washington, the game against Northern Illinois. And you can say that these aren't, tough opponents. These aren't Power 5 opponents. These guys aren't top 10 ranked teams. But they beat them well. They beat them the way you're supposed to beat them. 8-man getting to the tackle. 8-man being in on the tackle, running the ball, looking fast, the O-line dominating and mauling. Sometimes you have those games, and you said that. Sometimes you have those games in the interconference play where it's just a tough game, and you got to do what you can. You fight, you win. So I had to take a step back and say, you know what, Michigan does everything right up until this point. Even last week was a struggle, but they still did what they were supposed to, especially on defense. You saw Jabu come through at the end of the game for that defense. You saw Aiden Hutchinson. So I just got to sit back and relax and just appreciate what Michigan is doing and know that it's going to be a dogfight. But Michigan hasn't done anything to deter me away from thinking that they're still a good football team this year and that they are the football team that's going to beat Wisconsin, that's going to give them their first win in Madison for the first time in 20 years or so. So I still like I still like Michigan, but it's just going to be a harder road than I thought it would be.
Braylon, check me on this.
All right, I'll check you then.
I don't care at this point.
I'm checking.
Check it. At this point, at 4-0, I don't care how they play.
Right.
Just win. I don't care if you win 3-2.
Yeah.
I don't care if you win 10-9.
Talk to me.
I don't care if you win 4-2
Say it again.
3 safeties. I don't care how you look doing anything.
What's
anymore.
The bottom line?
The bottom line is to win the football game. At this point, the bottom line is to win the football game, especially this part of the season now. I mean, you've got Wisconsin, you've got Northwestern, you've got Indiana, and then you've got Michigan State. Just keep winning. Do whatever you have to do to keep winning. And that's where I'm at with this team right now, and I'm enjoying every part of the ride.
And at the end of the day, just do what you've been doing.
Yeah.
They've shown you what they can do. They've shown you that they can blitz. They've shown you that they can stop the run. They've shown you that they can pass the ball down the field. Now, I don't care if he only has 33 passing attempts, is what I said. He's gotten the ball down the field. He's gotten the ball intermediate, and he's gotten the ball out of the backfield. They got 2 running backs that are horses that can run. They've been coached well this year. Jim Harbaugh is on top of his game. So, it's going to be an interesting game. Don't take Wisconsin lightly. I don't think they'll do that. Wisconsin still can win the West, which is all they need to do to get back to the Big Ten championship. So you can't take that for granted. You can't take that lightly. But I like this Michigan team. I like what they're doing. They had a struggle last week, but that's what happened.
Right.
Name me a team that won. Name me a team that won a conference title that didn't struggle to win a game. Name me a team that won a national championship that didn't struggle to win a game. Heck,
at some point
they struggled. So Michigan has shown enough. I'm excited about the game tomorrow. There's some things I want to keep an eye on, but this is going to be a game. I think what you're going to see is a game between Wisconsin and Michigan, and whoever wins deserves it.
You got anything on that, Maz?
Dynamite drop in, Monty. No, I think Michigan's going to break the streak this year. This is the year.
Yeah. Right.
Wisconsin not playing their best ball. Mertz not a great quarterback.
Nah.
Their offense is really stagnant. But you know what? You better not be too close going into that fourth quarter when you hear that.
Jump around.
It's interesting because
that's worth what? 3 points at least?
We talked about it in regards to the Lions when we put up the picture of Stick and Anson last week, and there are probably, I think, two types of Michigan fans as well. And I don't know if Neil's a Michigan fan or not, but I heard him talking on the Guys with Big D Energy earlier today, and Joik was talking about how I expect Michigan to win this football game, and Neil's like, well, based on what? So when you say you expect Michigan to win this football game, the question becomes, based on what? And I'll tell you based on what.
I got some stuff too.
I'll tell you based on what. This team has not turned the ball over. Zero turn. The
only team in the country.
Only team in the country with 0 turnovers.
Through 4 games. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
They rushed the football 290 yards on the ground. They're averaging. That is top 5 in all of college football. Now, I know they're going up against the number 1 rush defense in college football right now in Wisconsin. Something's got to give in that. But I fully expect Michigan to outman Wisconsin, to maybe play the role of bully in this one because their offensive line is getting it done right now. Not only that, but Jim Harbaugh lost games in 2015 and 2016 and 2017. This team is different. That just because they lost a game in 2017 does not predispose them to just going to Madison and losing this football game just because they did it in 2017 or in 2015 or hell in 2010.
Yeah.
I'm so look, Jim Harbaugh 1-9 against ranked teams on the road. Now Wisconsin's not ranked, but they are. Michigan is an underdog. I'm just telling you, this team is different, and maybe part of that is that 6 of 10 assistant coaches are different. Maybe Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator at 34 years old, is different. They are switching things up defensively. They are doing things different from the way that Don Brown did things. They are doing things different from the way they did things in 100%. 2010 when Greg Madison was in charge, or in 2015 when Greg Madison was in charge. I'm just so sick of these guys having to wear that hat.
But bro, we do that with all our teams. But we do that with the Lions constantly.
But they've never done anything ever. Period.
Good point. I forgot about that.
They've never done anything. Period.
You got to go back to your
ever.
Every point you just made was amazing, and you even got Maz to say good point. That's tough. It's tough to get Big Maz to say good point.
That's a shutdown.
You got to go back to Stocco. You got to go back to Belisari. You got to go back to Sorgi. They've always had a history in Wisconsin of turning over the ball to quarterback. Now you have Mertz. Nothing has changed. Something did change. All those other quarterbacks, they had brilliant running backs. They had Monty Ball. They had Melvin Gordon. They had Jonathan Taylor. They had Ron Dane. They had the running Michael Bennett. You had Michael Bennett. You always had running backs to bail you out. They don't have that anymore. Malusi is an okay running back. Yes, he went over 100 yards against Eastern. My sister can go over 100 yards against Eastern. They don't have that running back, that fail-safe. That has always been Wisconsin's fail-safe. They no longer have that. So now you have a quarterback that's turned the ball over, and you have a running back that's just okay, middle of the road. That's tough. That spells disaster in Camp Randall for the Badgers.
I got news for you, all the doubters. You want Cade McNamara to beat you? Okay. I'll have Graham Mertz beat me. Okay?
I love it.
Graham Mertz got to beat me this week. We'll be taking a break right now. Armani and Edwards.
Gus likes our guy.
Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line. Beat me, Mertz.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Hey, everybody, let's talk about Underdog Fantasy. The NFL season is underway, but you can still draft a new fantasy team each week on Underdog Fantasy to win cash prizes. Through their slick mobile app and user-friendly site, you can join a league, draft a team in minutes, plus the folks at Underdog will give you, to get started, they give you free $10 when you sign up. Make your first deposit with the promo code WSN. So just visit UnderdogFantasy.com, the App Store, or the Google Play Store. Sign up with the code WSN, deposit $10, and you get $10 free. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code WSN. Ryan?
Hey, Maz, I want to let you know, too, that Guardian Alarm gets it. A good defense on and off the field helps you feel secure. Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology that helps you feel safe. 24/7 local monitoring. They also have convenient features that let you check in on your home, control lights, temperatures, detect smoke, carbon monoxide, all that good stuff. If offense wins games, defense wins championships. And if you want to have a championship defense, let Guardian Alarm help you out. Your local security experts, all you got to do, it's an easy number to call. It's 800-STAY-OUT. Call it again, 800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts doing this, keeping families safe for 90 years.
I had to go say hello to Bart.
You got people here, man.
That's Bart Scott's mom.
Oh, stop.
That is Bart Scott's mom. I've known her for a very long time.
Can't wait.
But can't wait. We actually just did Can't Wait 2 days ago on the show, so I had to show some love for Bart Scott's mom. I've known since before I went to King High School. Yeah, so Bart Scott,
cool
native
is
of
that?
Detroit.
She came to see you?
No, they were actually just here and saw us on the tube.
Oh, no way.
They saw us on the TVs. You know, that's this new big boy setup. They got TVs up there. This is a nice setup, man.
Guess what? I heard Bart Scott on Get Up the other day.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said the same thing. They said Matt Stafford. He even went further. He said Matt Stafford on a different team would have been as good as Patrick Mahomes.
But see, he's always like Matt Stafford. When we played against Stafford, when I was with the Jets with Bart Scott, he spoke highly of him. He talked about him. You know, he was highly on alert the whole week leading up into the Lions game. A lot of people love Matt Stafford. I'm telling you, like being in NFL, going through all that, there were a lot of players. And when I say people, I'm talking about players in the league. They were very high on Matt Stafford, and they always said things like the Detroit Lions killing Matt Stafford. The Detroit Lions are killing Calvin Johnson. So Matt Stafford has been spoken highly of by players for a very long time.
I want to get into some Lions talk. Top of the hour, we're going to get into that with Corey Woods. He's going to join us at 3:15. But Braylon, I want to swing back to the NFL if I could.
Okay.
Because the game of the weekend is Sunday Night Football.
Uh-oh.
It is obviously Tom Brady going back to Foxborough, Gillette Stadium, taking on Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. And whatever you think of the game is fine, right? I mean, we fully expect Brady to
drops 50.
Drop 50 if he could.
50 and 400.
If he's healthy.
He's healthy.
So let me ask this here, because Tom Brady spoke to the media yesterday. He clearly had something going on.
It was announced that he had a cold first, and then once you saw it, you're like, oh, he does have something.
Yeah. So they announced that Tom Brady has a cold, and that's fine. That's great. I am here to tell you that there is zero possibility. Not even 0.5.
Not even 0.5.
That the NFL is going to allow Tom Brady to take a COVID test prior to this game. There's just no way it's going to happen.
Huh.
Period.
Guess what?
What?
I guarantee they didn't give him one at the Super Bowl either.
Yeah.
And guess what? 2 days later, he had COVID. Remember at the party?
Yep.
Guaranteed he would have tested positive at the Super Bowl.
And look, a lot of people have colds this time of year that is not COVID. There you go. But I just don't believe they would even risk wanting to know if it's minor symptoms, if he can physically play. I don't believe the National Football League nor NBC in any way, shape, or form even wants to know, to chance it, take a test.
This would be the biggest game of all time.
He is vaccinated,
in terms of regular season games. I don't even know how you would test for that. Like, how would you see if they were that negligent and they tested everybody but him? Like, I don't even know how you go about figuring that information out. But I know who does know. The NFL knows.
Yeah.
They know how to bury that information. I never even thought about that.
It's buried.
Until you exactly. It's buried.
It's buried with the same videos. Remember the Spygate and all that kind of stuff? It's all buried in that same hole.
Because if you keep in mind, though, too, Bruce Arians did announce during training camp that the Tampa Bay Bucks were 100% vaccinated.
Yeah.
So
carry some stroke.
It does carry some stroke. So would you allow a player to go out there with COVID? And again, I'm not suggesting that Tom Brady has COVID, but I'm not suggesting that he doesn't either. Oh, okay.
Good call.
So this game is too big to the NFL, to the legacy of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, all those fans at Foxborough. The average ticket is $1,277.
Can you imagine
That's more than the Super Bowl.
Can you imagine if they come out with tomorrow that Tom Brady has COVID? And
they wouldn't.
Play? No, but to your point, I was agreeing with you 100%, and I was just on the opposite side of it. Like, they came out and said Tom Brady has COVID and can't play. All those preparations that they made to welcome him back, all the tickets, all the money people have spent on that, all the setup, all the commercials that have been made just for this moment, all the announcements. I'm pretty sure the Super Bowl halftime announcement had something to do, and we'll get to that too. I'm pretty sure that had something to do with the game. And all of a sudden, he can't play against Belichick, and you can't have the Brady-Belichick Bowl one? Oh, hell no.
And I even think, Maz, it was calculated to a point to put him out in front of the media yesterday as well, because if this wasn't New England week, would Tom Brady with a cold have to speak to the media?
Yes, he would. Plus, he still has to do his show with Jim Gray. He's still got to be out there. He
still has obligations.
He does his thing. But you know what?
Jim Gray and Larry Fitzgerald, right?
Yep. He's got to be out there. He is the face of the franchise.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if this was a game against the Detroit Lions or the Arizona Cardinals, do you think Tom Brady would be afforded the ability to skip his media session with the media because he has a cold?
Not in these days, bro.
You don't think so?
No, because the minute the minute you have a cold or cough or sneeze, what's the first thing through people's minds?
Right.
COVID. So, no, because the media is going to be all over it.
Well, that's why
he's sick. What's wrong with him?
But that's exactly why I said that he had to go to the podium yesterday and speak.
Because of that,
this game is too important to the league for them to take a chance on it. Again, he's vaccinated. There's 100% of the players vaccinated. You know, and again, this isn't me saying this. I'm just thinking from the league.
We're thinking. We're speculating.
It's a great thought.
It's a spitballing thing calculated from the league saying, you know what, all these guys are vaccinated. If he's not symptomatic or if he's not experiencing too bad of symptoms, he's got to play.
The league always does what's in their best interest. They always do what's in their best interest, not what's in the player's best interest, what's in their best interest, and that is making money. That is making money at the highest level. That is attracting the most people that they can attract. Every demographic in the country. That's their bottom line, as you call it. That's the bottom line for them. And the bottom line is making money. And how do you make money? You put your best product out there, and your best product, whether it has COVID or not, your best product is Tom Brady and the Buccaneers versus Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
I honestly thought about it during the Super Bowl parade on Tampa Bay when he was tossing the Vince Lombardi trophy from one boat to the next, and then he got sick the next day. I thought
I don't know if that was COVID or it was that tequila.
No, he had COVID. No, he was. He was. He had a lot of tequila that day. Tequila might have kept him alive.
This is true.
Yeah, he might have. Maybe that's the cure.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he probably.
We're joking.
He probably had it during the Super Bowl. I mean, wouldn't it just come on right that second? Yeah. He might have had it.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, these things. I'm no doctor or epidemiologist. I am just
say that again fast.
Epidemiologist. I'm just a very reasonable person who thinks in terms of business, and it would be absolutely bad for business for the best quarterback of all time to not play in this game.
Hit Big Boy's head. Ask him. Big Boy, do you think Tom Brady had COVID in the Super Bowl? Yeah, there he is. There it is. Do you think he has it now?
He said, oh, hell yeah.
Hey, take it easy with him.
Jesus Christ.
Look, he twisted his head. Oh, my gosh.
Poor big boy.
Oh my God.
Poor big boy.
Hey, look, stop. Get out of here. You're cut
Braylon's
off.
got to fix it. We'll get into some
cut
Lions talk, guys. We'll do that next. Plus, Corey Woods, our Woodward Sports Lions beat reporter, our beat writer, beat reporter. We'll do that coming up 3:15. Lions next. This is Money and Edwards.
Epidemiologist.
Doctor.
Tony is a third-generation logger that
doctor.
has a simple, practical
Sports
approach
web.
to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey guys, it's Maz for Legacy Partners Insurance. You know the scoop by now. Nobody wants to shop for insurance, so why not let Legacy Partners do it for you? They're an independent agent, so they shop for you. Make sure you tick them out. 586-209-4106. They will personally hook you up with someone. Go online to legacypartnersins.com/Woodward Sports. And then you're going to be all set because they're going to hook you up because they shop for you. They make the carriers compete for your business. So why not let them do it for you? It costs you nothing to do it. Plus, if you try it, they're going to give you a free $50 gift card just for trying. Tell them Team Maz sent you from Woodward Sports.
And we are right back here, broadcasting live from Big Boy at 12 Mile in Hoover, just off of 696 there. And this has just been a fantastic afternoon. We'll be here for one more hour. If you want to come out, we invite you to do so. Come say hello. The Big Boy sandwich was devoured. The fries were just scarfed down. The Slim Jim was inhaled.
Yeah.
The chicken sandwich, the chicken wings. They even have pizza now.
Yeah.
They have a pizza menu.
And it was really good.
I'm not cheating on you, Papa Romano.
We had cheese bread. me and Braylon had cheese bread before you got here.
I'm not cheating on Papa Romano.
I had a piece of it.
This guy's lying, man.
Patrick hooked us up.
Yeah, this has been an absolutely unbelievable day. All three shows have been here as well. The guys in the morning, Adam and Jeff, and then, of course, Big D Energy, Neil Rule and Joik Bell. Darren McCarty, who's going into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame tonight. We certainly congratulate
Neil was
him.
Some tough Michigan love today.
Man, and
Neil was a little brutal.
Rest of the members of the grind line, but Neil was brutal on Michigan today.
Yeah, he said the truth hurts.
Yeah, but man, I know I said I was going to get the Lions, and I'm going to do that.
Okay.
But just being a fan in general, because Joik and Neil were going at it in regards to the Michigan game, and Joik asked, or Darren asked, one of the guys asked Neil, what will it take for you to admit, okay, these guys are here? And he says, be in Indianapolis.
That's too much.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, what fun is that being a sports fan when the season's over? Right? Yeah. I mean, like that's part of being a sports fan.
Yeah.
Is a sports fan, we're being in our jobs. Like I consider myself a fan and entertainer.
Right.
I try to entertain you a little bit. I'll try to spit some facts at you once in a while.
Yeah.
But part of it is enjoying the ride.
Right.
Like enjoying the ride, being in the moment, enjoying this game at Wisconsin, feeling the butterflies when you wake up in the morning.
But can you do both? Can you enjoy the ride and then wait for them to prove themselves at the end?
I don't think you can.
Because I'm enjoying the ride right now, but at the same time, I still don't know if they can beat Ohio State. I still don't know if they can go to Happy Valley and beat Penn State. But I know that it's changed. I know what they're doing is for real, and I'm enjoying it. But I still don't know if they can beat Penn State in Happy Valley or Ohio State in Columbus.
We don't know anything until it's done.
Right.
But we can feel pretty darn good
I think
about
you can do both
in the lead up to it. So
I think you can do both.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with this team, and I am enjoying the ride. Want to get to some Lions talk if I could. We had a couple of great guests yesterday in regards to the Lions, and I want to play these cuts for you, Braylon, and get you to react to them. We're going to play them both. First, Tom Thayer, 1985 Super Bowl champion with the Chicago Bears, part of the 100 greatest Bears of all time.
And a Scott Van Pelt lookalike.
Yes, he looks exactly like Van Pelt. He joined us yesterday, and he's a Bears radio analyst, by the way, and talked about a comparison that I didn't think of, but he sees a lot of Mike Ditka in Dan Campbell. Here it is.
But the demeanor of Campbell reminds me a lot of the demeanor of Mike Ditka when he came to the Bears. And the first thing Mike Ditka said in the team meeting is, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is we're going to go to the Super Bowl. The bad news is most of you guys aren't going to be here. And that kind of put everybody on notice right there. You better work up to my expectations as the head coach or else. And so from what I've seen out of this team, I think it's the best 0-3 team in the league. And I think you guys have a bright future. You know, I like your dual running backs. I like Hawkinson at tight end. I think your defensive front is one of the multifaceted, versatile defensive fronts in the league right now. And so, you know, they have the building blocks for success. And, you know, I never pull against anybody in the division. When they play the Bears, I do. But I think what Campbell is trying to bring on board in Detroit, I think it's I think it's got the makings of success.
You know, I've been hard on the Lions this week. Look, maybe a little unfairly, maybe fairly. I don't know. I mean, there's the ups and downs of being a Lions fan. Like on Monday after a historic loss, you're here. And then as time goes along a little bit and you let that game emotion leave you a little bit, maybe you become a little bit more equal. A little bit. And again, I believe that if you're so stubborn in your own beliefs, you don't really –
can't grow.
You cannot grow.
You can't witness.
Absolutely. So a lot of people that I respect are saying a lot of the same things about Dan Campbell. Here's Tiki Barber in regards to Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions' growth.
The frustration starting 0-3 and really the season being over before it ever gets a chance to get started. It's hard for Giants fans to accept that and realize that this process takes time. Like, people are calling for Joe Judge to be fired already. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, pump the brakes, man, right? Look what's happening in Detroit. Detroit's losing some tight games, but Dan Campbell, former Giant, by the way, my teammate, love that dude to death. He's got them fighting, man. Seriously, like, they fight to the end of games. They're not laying down. And history would tell you Detroit's never going to get it right. It doesn't matter who you put at the head coach. The organization is crap, and it's going to be faulty all the way through. But Dan Campbell is changing that. And I think it's a good sign, despite the fact.
So there you have it. Tom Thayer and Tiki Barber both saying essentially the same thing about where the Detroit Lions are in their process.
Yeah, addressing Tom Thayer first. Mike Ditka said, "Listen, we're going to win the Super Bowl next year or this year, or coming up soon. Yeah. But most of you guys won't be here. None of you guys will be here. That's a real deal. In order to get to where you want to be, there will be players that you have to get rid of. There will be players that won't make that cut. There will be players that, they're not the best tacklers. There will be players that, just don't seem to fit. There will be players that challenge your authority. There will be players that, they just don't buy into what you're doing. But you have to stay the course, and there will be players that leave. Most of those guys leave, and I understand that. Just look at, since Dan Campbell has been here, look at how he's cleaned house since he's been here. He's gotten rid of a lot of guys already to get to the 51, the 61 that he wanted, to get his identity, and he's still not complete. He still has to go out and get a linebacker next year. He still has to get defensive rush pressure, an edge rusher. He still has to get some cornerbacks he still has to get a number one wide receiver. So there's still going to be a lot of people that he has to add to the team. Now, what Tiki said is in reference to what you were talking about. The Lions have been a crappy franchise over the years, and that's why you're so frustrated, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Is because you've been – when was your first Lions games you remember watching?
Oh, God.
How old were you? 5, 6, 7?
One that I remember watching, 7, 8 years old. I mean, I remember, I was 10 when Barry's rookie year.
How about Thanksgiving Day when Dan Williams went 80 yards with the kickoff in overtime? How about that one?
So let's just start there. That's 40-plus years ago. Or 30-plus years ago.
35 years ago.
So 35 years ago, 35 years you've had heartache, you've had pain, you've had ups and downs. So
more downs than ups.
So it's understandable how you could come in on Monday after a game. You've bought into the Lions in the preseason, and then you see 3 losses in a row, and you're like, here we go, same old Lions. So it's easy to make that, to operate at the time in the emotions of frustration. Now, what Tiki is telling you is he knows Dan Campbell. He knows the guy he is. He sees how the guys are fighting for Tiki. He sees what the Lions are doing. Look at the first half that we've talked about of that Green Bay game. Look at what the offensive line is doing. Look at Hawkinson. Look at Quintez Cephas. Look at DeAndre Swift starting to get some things going for himself. There are some things working in Dan Campbell's favor, and the best thing about it is the players' belief in him and is the way they're fighting for him, and they are in every game. So if you look at it that way, as long as it keeps going that way, we'll like to get one of those W's. We'll like one of those Jameis Winston W's. Got to get a W, but at least they're fighting. At least they're rallying around him, and that says a lot about who he is as a coach and who he is as a man, Coach Campbell.
I agree. I agree with you. However, I do maintain that the only way you improve a culture or change a culture is by eating on that W.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, you have to eat a W.
Yeah.
And that W is Alex is lathering all up right now. Ooh.
I think
you've got to do it this week, I think.
So you took the words out of my mouth. You got to get a W, but you got to get the W's when you're supposed to get the W's.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go out and get it, you lose to Baltimore. That's not a W that you were technically supposed to get. Green Bay and Lambeau, that's not a W that you were technically. And talking about Dan Campbell and this new administration, this new franchise that he's running, and these new players, this is a W that you need because it's one that's very affordable. It's very attainable, is what the word I was looking for. If they lose this game, then you come in here and then you can lay on everything from the past like you did. You can lay it on. I hope you don't. But you can lay that on there because then it's like, hey, you know what? We've bought into it. We've been there. We've pointed out the positive. We tried to say this is the positive. These are the things you're doing well. We see the change in the franchise. And then you go out and lose to a team who's trying to fire their coach, who doesn't know who their quarterback is, who has a really good running back and won't give him the ball, who has an offensive line who gave up 9 sacks to the Cleveland Browns. They're good. They're not that good.
Right.
Not 9 sacks. So if they lose this one, especially if they get their butts handed to them, then is a different conversation on Monday at studio.
And Maz, at some point, again, I look at this game, and if not the Bears, then who? That really becomes a question because you're looking at Chicago and then at Minnesota.
Yep, they're not winning there.
Home against Cincinnati, which
you could win there.
You could win that, I suppose.
After what you saw last night from Joe Burrow and the way that Callahan is calling it.
But again,
they're coming here?
Who's stopping Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow in that defensive backfield?
Tyler Boyd, Uzomah, Joe Mixon.
So that, sure. And then you go out to L.A. I mean, you could be staring down 0-7. And I think without the benefit of an actual win, old doubts start to creep back in. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe it's so important to win.
That's what Dan Campbell's there for them to not believe that anymore. So that's going to be a toughest job. He and Brad Holmes and the rest of that staff, they're going to tell these young kids, you're not those old Lions. Mm-hmm. This is the new Lions. We might start small. We might start 0 and whatever, but we're going to keep fighting. We're going to play 30 minutes against Packers. We played 30 minutes. We played 15 minutes against San Francisco. And last week you played the whole damn game except for the last 10 seconds.
You know, and that's something interesting you just said there. You say you're not the same old Lions. I'm breaking it down. Before the season started, they got rid of their longest tenure player, which was the long snapper, right?
Muhlbach.
They got rid of Muhlbach. Muhlbach is a guy that was consistent. Everybody loves him. You saw the response that he got from former teammates when he got let go. He still can do the job. I'm pretty sure Muhlbach is better long snapper than the guy that we have now. He's probably a little better than the guy we got. But you know what? Muhlbach represents the old Lions. Jamie Collins represents the old regime.
Yep.
He got rid of everything that represented the old regime and the old Lions.
Flowers is left, but he'll be gone.
So that you can't say that's the same old Lions. Mm-hmm. And that's something to think about. Yeah. You can't say that's the same old Lions.
Great statement.
Because they're a different Lions team that's trying to figure out, and I think that was purposely done. They got rid of him on his birthday. And this is a guy that everyone respects. It wasn't like he was getting too much money. He represents the old Detroit Lions, and they are no longer those guys.
Well done, my friend.
Now he's got to convince them.
Yeah, that's some great analysis
there. You
go. Guys, we are at Big Boy, 12 Mile and Hoover. We invite all of you to please come see us. We'll be here until 4 o'clock out on the road, Woodward Sports, on our 1-year anniversary. We've only been here for about less than 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
But we're getting there close. We're getting close to it.
We are.
And we congratulate everybody, Stick, Joey, Adam, Jesse, Tim, Chad, all the guys that have been here since day one. Joik as well. So and Darren and Tom,
D-Mac.
all these people that have been here since day one. Fish is as well. So it's a good day for Woodward Sports today. Absolutely. When we come back, we'll check in with our Lions beat reporter, Corey Woods. We'll do so next. This is Armani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Fellas, football season is here. It's time to make your grooming experience easy like Sunday morning. Get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in, relax, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey gang, do you want to start a new career in an industry that is always essential? It is the heating and cooling industry. You can learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Why have a job when you can have a career? You like that?
Say that again. Do that again. That was good.
Why have a job when you can have a career?
Never wanted a job. I always wanted a career.
northwesterntech.edu. Braylon, we got a big game tonight, too, that we're broadcasting. Man, Stick's going to be busy today.
Stick is a busy.
all these
shout out
guys,
to Stick over there, man. These guys are working hard for the brand.
Come on over here. Say hello just in the background,
working hard
please.
for the brand.
Come say hello over here.
Friday night
please.
class.
Say hello. Just wave to everybody in the back here, please.
I got to share your mic. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi, Stick.
Hi, everybody.
we love Stick. We love Stick.
Every Friday we do the Friday night class here at Woodward Sports Network. What we do is we have it on Facebook and YouTube. We pick a game of the week, and this week's game of the week is Sticks Orchard Lake St. Mary's versus Joey's Brother Rice Warriors.
Stop it.
Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win it?
Will Joey be there as big boy?
Joey Stick.
Come on, big boy.
Man, it's going to be a heck of a game. Game starts at 7 o'clock. I believe the game's at Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Oh, man.
Game's Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
On the red field.
Gotta go. You gotta go. This game is going to be amazing. I went to a
Don't go. Just watch it on Woodward Sports.
Do both.
Or you can do both.
Do both. Stream at the same time as you're at the game. I'm telling you, I went to a freshman game about 4 weeks ago, and it was a crowded stadium. I can only imagine what's going to happen when the Warriors of Brother Rice show up to Orchard Lake St. Mary Prep. So I'm excited.
Good stuff there. We are excited to bring in Corey Woods, our Woodward Sports WSN Lions beat reporter. Corey, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, good afternoon. How you guys doing?
Real fine,
good,
real
brother,
fine,
good,
my
brother.
friend, real fine. Well, give us a sense. Are you on your way to Chicago, or when are you going to Chicago?
I am leaving off for Chicago first thing in the morning.
Corey, do you expect the Lions to win this game this week? What do they need to do to win this game? Where is Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions mindset after such a crushing defeat? You know, it's like you almost have to have that closer's mentality in baseball. When you blow a game, you got to come back the next day. Do the Lions, do you think, have the ability to have that sort of mindset?
Absolutely, and I think it starts from the top on down because Dan Campbell really has these guys believing in themselves despite the 0-3 start. They believe that they're getting better each week, which I can say on the defensive side I've seen improvement. The thing that is going to be the tale of the tale for this weekend is, can they get out to an early start with that offense? They need to get out and put points on the board early. Jared Goff is going to have to play better, but also those Lions wide receivers, granted he does not have the greatest targets to throw to, but he's going to have, some of those guys are going to have to step up. And earlier today during the media session, Dan Campbell's asked which receiver he thinks is going to have a breakout game, and he's pointing out Quintez Cephas, somebody that Jared Goff is growing a more familiar with, developing somewhat of a chemistry that he has with T.J. Hawkins. So if Jared Goff and Quintez Cephas can connect early connect early on Sunday, that can be something to put the Lions right on the board early and get those kings out. But he also said that he thinks it's time for Amon Ross St. Brown to step up and expect him to get some more targets. Dan said he feels that Amon Ross should get some more targets this week as well. But their mindset is, you know, they've been growing each week, and they feel that they can go out there and win this game. And again, they don't know which quarterback is going to play because I guess Matt Nagy doesn't even know. He just said that he doesn't know. It's going to be a game time decision on who he starts. And Justin Fields has said he hasn't heard anything about him starting. So if they just come with that same intensity that they had this past week, I think they should be able to get their first W.
Yeah, I don't know how Quintez Cephas becomes a breakout wide receiver when he's already broken out. Like, we know about Quintez Cephas already. You saw what he did against Green Bay. We know he has that ability. So, for me, that wouldn't be a breakout wide receiver. That would just be establishing him as a number one receiver. Here's another question. Like, I want to make this basic. I don't want to go to X's and O's and try to break it down and get cute and fancy. Where do the Lions go if they lose this game? Because as I'm listening to it, everyone in Chicago is uncertain about Matt Nagy's future. They're uncertain about what quarterback they want to use. They got a guy that went 10 for 10 his last drive in the preseason. They didn't play him, and that was your boy Nick Foles. Justin Fields, they brought him in, but they didn't set him up with a game plan that works for him. Andy Dalton is a guy that you saw him have no success last year in Dallas when he had a chance to step up and still got the job. So you have a team that's in disarray. That's what the Chicago Bears look like to me as I'm watching. They gave up 9 sacks last week to the Cleveland Browns. Where do the Lions go if they lose this game? Because I'm trying to wrap the numbers around in my head. If they lose this game, especially handily, where do the Lions go from here? Exactly.
That's a big question, because if they lose this game to the Bears, I mean, I don't know where they get the first win. At the Vikings, that's going to be a tough one right there. I think they could pull out the Bengals game, but the Bengals are getting better.
I like Bengals.
The Rams, well, we see how Matthew Stafford's playing. The Eagles, and you got Steelers. If they do not beat the Vikings, if they do not beat the Bears on Sunday, you are looking at the Lions possibly may not get their first win until they play the Bears again on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, I have thought about that. It's hard to say if they lose without the game being played just yet, but if they lose, there are going to be a lot of eyeballs rolling around. Corey, I want to get to earlier today, Matt Nagy said the Bears starting quarterback will be a game-time decision. How different of a game plan is it for Aaron Glenn and the Lions defense if they face a Justin Fields versus if they face a Nick Foles / Andy Dalton? Yeah. How different are those two game plans, if at all?
Well, I mean, unless the Bears are going to fly in an all-pro offensive line, I think that their game plan should be fine, because they've shown they are not able to protect the quarterback. And with Aaron Glenn dialing it up and being very aggressive as the weeks go on, I believe that they'll be able to get after the quarterback really well. Even if they have Justin Fields in there, they had the biggest litmus test last week with Lamar Jackson, and I said this. I don't think that the Lions will get 9 sacks like Justin Fields sacked last week, but if they play that well against Lamar Jackson, you cannot tell me they can't play that well against Justin Fields. I think Andy Dalton. I think it doesn't really matter if Andy Dalton is in there or not. In my opinion, yes, Dan Campbell did say that Andy can make some throws, but he has not shown me anything that he can be a real threat to the Lions secondary or their defense in general. So really we're looking at is like, is Justin Fields going to play, and if the Lions can carry over that same game plan they had.
We lose Corey? Corey, you there?
Yeah.
Yep, gotcha.
Hello? Yeah, yep. Yeah, okay, yeah. Did you hear anything? Where did I cut out at? I don't know if you guys heard everything I said.
We heard you right at the end. We heard just the end.
Okay, yeah.
We heard up to the end.
So, Corey, sounds like the Lions have their work cut out for them in Chicago. But sorry, guys. Yeah. There's a lot going on here, Corey, over at the old big boy. Sorry, my friend.
Hey, Corey.
They do they do have their work cut out for them, because it also looking like Trey Flowers is going to be he's going to be leaning towards being out again for the second week in a row.
Hey, little bro, it's Braylon here, man. I got a question to ask you. You know, I was watching the Bengals game last night, and I relate this to the Lions, because what I saw in that Bengals game is I saw a great opening drive by the Cincinnati Bengals that, pass interference on Jamar Chase. Then they missed the field goal. Then they went punt, end of half. Then they come back out the next drive. Then they come out the next half. Touchdown, field goal, they win the game. But you know what I noticed in that game? I noticed that they went back to what they did well on that first drive. They went to how did Joe Burrow have success? What were we doing? Well, we were moving Ozemore across the formation. We were setting picks. We were running little rubber routes. We were putting the ball in Uzomah's hands. My bad. We were putting the ball in Uzomah's hands. We were getting the ball
to Great name, by the way.
It's a lovely name.
Great name.
We were putting the ball in our playmaker's hand in Jamar Chase. Now, I know our offense isn't as stacked as theirs, but there are things that you can do. Have you seen or heard any of that where they're going to change some things up, or they're going to, do something different, get Hawkinson back involved in the game plan, or they're going to put the ball in, Amon St. Brown, Khalif Randall, guys that can run, guys that are quick, do some change-up stuff, throw some screens with DeAndre Swift, who's one of the more athletic running backs in the NFL. Are they going to change it up? Are they going to do something different than what they have done in the past 3 weeks?
Well, Dan Campbell did address earlier this week regarding T.J. Hawkinson, getting him more involved, as well as getting Amon-Ra St. Brown more involved. I think those are two guys that you have to get more involved, especially St. Brown. Now, we talked about last time with Tyrell Williams being out, they had to get rid of Rashad Perryman and all that stuff, but St. Brown was already doing well in practice, so I'm shocked at the limit of the lack of targets that he's gotten so far, and that's going to have to change if they want to go ahead and beat the Bears. This guy is a weapon. He's a violent wide receiver. He can go up and get the 50-50 ball, and he has hands. Everybody's, fans have been clamoring. Fans have been clamoring, bring back Golden Tate, bring back Golden Tate. I understand that, but you got a guy in St. Brown who can be a dynamic wide receiver, has the potential if they get him the ball.
Hey, Corey, it's Maz. First of all, have a great time in Soldier Field. It's a great place to go. You're gonna have great weather this weekend. You're not gonna freeze. It's gonna be awesome. It might be one.
It's gonna rain Sunday though.
Oh, it is.
That's all right.
Damn.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, just to let you know,
raining golf bombs.
Hey, Gus Johnson and Akib Talib are going to be there. Make sure you could try to dig up some sound from Akib Talib. He'd be hilarious to hear. But I wanted to ask you about last week's game. Did the NFL ever get with the Lions on that botched, delay a game?
I was hoping you didn't ask me about that, man, because I gotta read the quote to you verbatim now.
Here we go. God. Let's get the quote.
All right. Okay, so earlier today, Dan Campbell was asked if he heard anything from the NFL regarding the delay of game penalty. Here's what he said verbatim. I didn't turn it into the league, the video, but I called, and it's really a subjective call is really what it came down to. So I think they're kind of split on it. You have heard the procedure of it, and to be honest with you, I'm so over it now. And then he was then asked a follow-up was if somebody should stick up for the team in regards to the wrong calls that the Lions have gotten in the past, because as we all know, the Lions have been on the opposite end of these, crazy calls. And he said, I get some of that. That's not my place. And look, I came from a place where we had some great calls not go our way either. We won a lot of games. So I don't use that as an excuse. You make your own luck, and we'll find our own luck and earn it and make it happen. And the last thing that he said regarding it was, on which plays he tends to send into the NFL for review. Like there, he was asked what plays he sends in to get the review. He says, there's one where it's like, should this have been holding? I know that I'm going to get the yes, that should have been holding, but that goes both ways. Each team turns those in. It's like, that's not worth it. It's the ones where, would you pump the clock? Would you pump the play clock here? No. Why would you pump the play clock here? Why would that have been done? Like, I don't understand that. And then you get clarification in one way or another. Then at least that helps you moving on down the road. I want to use it as so much not like I told you were wrong. I want to use it like moving forward. Is there something that I missed that can help us down the road more than anything? So his philosophy on turning in thanks to the league is to just get clarification on if he did something wrong as opposed to just challenging the league.
Hey, the right guard move too. I mean, it could have been illegal procedure on them.
Nobody's
as well.
mentioned that. You are so right on that. Nobody else has ever mentioned that about that right guard who jumped on the play. Yeah. Hey, Corey, we got to run, my friend. I'm way over for a break. I got to get to it. Safe travels tomorrow.
Be
Thanks
safe,
so
buddy.
much for joining us here on the network, Woodward Sports. Best of luck tomorrow.
What up, Doe?
Thanks a lot. You guys have a good one.
Hey, happy anniversary, Corey.
Yeah, Corey Woods, absolutely. Corey, you still there, by the way?
Yes, I am.
1 year, baby. 1 year today.
1 year. You're 1 year of Woodward Sports. Thanks a lot.
Woodward Sports, let's go, baby. We're here out at Big Boy 12 and Hoover. We got Patrick back here. He's making sure our day is perfect.
That chocolate shake been ordered yet?
Oh, my gosh.
That milkshake would be good.
To die for. Guys, Super Bowl halftime show been announced. I want to get to that next. This is Ermani and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz. By now, you know Levels and Centerline is open. They're wide open. We've already been there a couple of times. Make sure you get down there, and you can save 10% right now just by using the words Woodward Sports sent you. That's right. Whether you're in the store or on the app, use Woodward Sports. Tell them, Woodward Sports. 10% off your order right there. Everything from Tree Grizzlies, gas, to D-Max Special Strain, and edibles. Right now, all on sale. Make sure you download the Enjoy Levels app today and start saving. Don't forget, use Woodward Sports.
Big announcement yesterday, and I'm going to do something to give you a sample of what that announcement was.
Look at this.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move to live. Just a bunch of gibberish, and mofos act like they forgot about Dre. Eminem announced as the Super Bowl performer with Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and Snoop. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the dope, ready to make an entrance, so back on up. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. I'm worried about this halftime show right now. I'm not a big, unless you got strawberry shake over there.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got strawberry shake?
Look at this, dude. Oh, my gosh.
This is something.
Thanks, Patrick.
Frank.
Patrick, you're the man over there.
Frank.
You're the man.
Look at this. Dude.
It took away from the perfect Eminem
I know.
pitch.
I'm going to have you do that again.
It was perfect.
I'm going to have you do that again, though.
When?
I don't know. Sorry, I have to do this.
No, it's good. So
I have to do this.
So we got Eminem.
Oh, my God.
We got Dr. Dre, Snoop, and Kendrick Lamar doing a halftime show. What do you think about that, Ryan?
I think that is fantastic, but not as good as this big boy ice cream, man. That's the hot
they make
fudge
it too
sundae made from scratch. Oh my gosh, how's your strawberry?
It was good. It's not as good as my Eminem bar for bar.
Dude, that was so good. Now look,
that was tough. My feelings are hurt right now.
I'm sorry. You did great.
Okay.
I was mesmerized by this.
No,
look at this.
Now, how could you not be though? Like I trust me. I was like,
you gotta give me.
I saw it coming. I said, oh, it's good. I should just wait. I should have just waited.
You should have.
That was my fault.
I think that one was on you a little bit.
By the way, that strawberry shake was heading my way till you opened your mouth.
Well, hey man. Closed lips don't get. I
gotta get a little bit more of this. Now, as far as the halftime show goes, by the way, we're at the 12 Mile and Hoover location.
Yeah.
We invite everybody out there, and let me tell you, the staff is second to none. Just an absolutely phenomenal experience here. And the food, the service, the place is.
The TV's here.
Perfect.
When do you ever go to a big boy and have a TVs,
Never.
big screen TVs?
Never. I'm
You
truly
don't love the big boy.
Sorry, I had to do that.
It's my guy.
I'm truly excited.
Let me talk about this halftime show though, if I could.
I'm gonna tell you.
You got Jay-Z put it together. Rock Nation put it together, and I don't think that could be understated.
But that's what
at all.
Yeah.
But Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Kendrick Lamar,
Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
And am I missing one?
They'll probably have some surprise
5.
guests. Probably. You know what I'm excited? That is 5 right there because it's 4 guys and it's female and married.
Compton and Long Beach.
Putting it together, ain't no one better.
In L.A.
Hey, I know. I'm excited for this because I think one of the things that was missing from NFL was hip hop. Like it's hip hop, it's the R&B culture. It's hip hop, it's R&B. Because if you look at every other sport, especially you look at basketball, you look at even baseball. You look at the baseball commercials, baseball things of that nature. It's it's so infused with hip-hop culture. You look at the commercials during the Final Four, they have some form of Amigos commercial or Migos something, or, it's some version of hip-hop. Young Thug, Future, Drake is popular, is huge. I love the hire by Jay-Z and NFL. The partnership with Jay-Z and NFL.
3 years now.
3 years, and you see, Young Thug did the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and you just look at now, you got Dr. Dre, who never does anything. Like, when's the last time you seen Dr. Dre do anything? Besides hearing that he became a billionaire with the Beats by Dre. With the Beats by Dre. Like, you don't see him, you don't hear about him. Kendrick Lamar, only time you see him is at a Grammy performance when he wins, one of his 10, 12 Grammys that he has. Snoop Dogg he's everywhere. But another thing, who doesn't like Snoop? Even, what is her name? Martha
Stewart.
Martha Stewart did a show with, she loves Snoop Dogg.
She slept with Snoop.
Well,
here, Braylon, part of it too is wherever. Look,
hot off the presses.
Wherever
Martha Stewart slept with Snoop.
Hey, look, seriously, wherever the Super Bowl is, they usually
pay homage.
Pay homage to that area's music, what they're known for. And I'm sorry, you go to Los Angeles and that Compton and Long Beach.
Putting it together, ain't no one better.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Started with NWA.
Seriously, it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, and now it goes back to, what are they going to sing? What songs are they going to sing? Because again, it is a mainstream
family affair.
Family affair. You're gonna go back and say
but they have plenty of songs that are commercial, and they can dub over words. And they can put other words out there. I just love it from the standpoint that NFL is so rock and country based for years. It's so rock, it's so country, and I have a problem. I love both to a certain extent. I love rock.
I'm not that big of a country guy.
There's some country songs I like, but I'm a rock guy. Like, I'm that guy, but. What the representation, you want to see representation in what you bring to the table. The NFL is a ton of African American individuals that are raised on hip hop, but they were so against rap, they were so against hip hop, they were so against bringing on that culture, and now they're starting to bring that culture. Basketball, they admit it, say hell, the whole NBA is black, so we might as well have hip hop and infuse it. So I'm just happy that Jay-Z and Roger Goodell and the NFL and the Shield, as they call it, I'm just happy that they're working together. I don't want to see it all the time. I'm not saying every halftime show. No, I'm not saying every commercial. I'm just happy that it's now coming together and people are getting on the same time. People have more fun when they see themselves and everything, and players can now see themselves at halftime. I think it's dope.
Hey, man, you're talking about some of this generation's biggest names.
Yeah.
This to me, and again, my perspective is much different than your perspective.
Yeah, Dr. Dre started. He was a part of the faction that started gangster rap.
I mean, I remember being, 13-year-old little, wearing my polo shirt, singing Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg songs. You know what I mean? It inspired a generation of people, whether you were black or white. Yeah. This music is part of the fabric of who we are.
It's the number one genre in the world.
So I welcome this. I think this is great news for the NFL and for these artists, and I'm glad that they did this. But the only reason they're doing this, make no mistake, is Rock Nation.
It's The Rock.
That's the only reason they've agreed to partner with the NFL and do this.
Just like anything else in life, as long you just want to be able to have a conversation.
That's it, man.
And they finally had the conversation 4 years ago. They booked it, the ink dried 3 years ago, and here we are. Just imagine 5 years ago you do a Super Bowl in L.A. and thinking of Dr. Dre, thinking of a Snoop, thinking of a Kendrick is not even in the conversation. It's not even in the discussion. The fact that it's not only a discussion now, it's the halftime show. I'm excited. I'm geeked. I'm hyped.
Hey, look, so am I.
I was excited when Coldplay performed at halftime. I was excited about that too, but this is different.
To see Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg perform at a Super Bowl in Los Angeles is no different than seeing Prince play in Minnesota.
Say less. There
Armani and Edwards, we'll do some picks next.
Woodward Sports Network, The Bottom Line. Book it.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Hey guys, it's Maz for BetQL. Want to get an advantage over your sportsbook? That's a silly question. Of course we do. So you need to download BetQL right now, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across all the major sports. NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, all of it. You name it, they got it. They even got soccer as well. They give you the reason why you should place that bet as well. Plus, their platform's got all the data and analytics you would ever need for your own betting research purpose. So head right now. What are you waiting for? Go to the App Store or Google Play Store, download BetQL. Or online, head to try.betql.co/WSN. Don't forget, WSN at payment checkout. Enter that discount code. They give you 25% off. Don't miss out on your chance to beat the sportsbook this football season with BetQL.
I had some more of that Hot Fudge Sunday. And this, oh, man, if loving you is wrong.
I don't want to be right.
No, thank you. All right, let's do some picks now. Maz, hit the music.
It's on, baby.
It is. Okay, I trust you.
Hey, you know what? Every time I hear that noise, I think about 2005.
Why can't I hear it?
April 23rd, 2005. Every time I hear that noise, I think about.
I don't hear it.
How could you not hear it?
You hear it?
And with the third pick in the NFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select.
How do you feel about that?
Stop doing it.
That's so great.
I just love that I had a chance to, when I walked on the stage, and shook Paul Tagliabue.
Yes.
Because for me, growing up, Paul Tagliabue was my commissioner. It's what I recognize. It's what I know. If I would have walked on the stage and been the first person to shake Roger Goodell, saying, who the hell is this guy?
My guy is Alvin Pete Roselle.
Oh, totally.
I love Pete Roselle, but I was a little young.
All right, guys, let's do some picks now. I'm just going to go down the line. We'll start in college. Michigan, a 2-point underdog on the road at Wisconsin. We'll just do these, and we'll go Maz first, Braylon second. I am not going to pick. I am going to moderate, if you will. Nobody wants my picks anyway. So,
not true. Not at all.
Michigan +2 at Wisconsin, guys.
Got to have Michigan as an underdog, man. I think that is one of the best bets of the weekend. Give me Michigan.
Michigan, no points, actually, will make you some money. Michigan, no points will make you a lot of money.
All right, the Spartans only a 10.5-point favorites
because Western
at
can
home
score points.
Night game against Western Kentucky, guys. What say you?
Bet the over 60.5. Give me MSU to cover that number as well.
Give me Michigan State to break these guys down. I think Michigan State is going to bounce back. They had a scare against Nebraska, who's a better team than the country thinks. But I think they're going to break Western Kentucky down by a lot.
All right, gang. Here we go. Continuing on. Big game in the Southeastern Conference.
Athens.
Number 8, Arkansas, at number 2, Georgia. A matchup of two top 10 teams, an 18.5-point favorite for the Georgia Bulldogs, gang.
What's that tell you? When it looks like it's too much, it looks too easy. And I've been on Arkansas. Remember I gave them to you last week?
Yeah.
Give me Georgia to roll them.
Yeah, give me Georgia to roll them, too. They're going to roll them, but I think the Arkansas covers the spread. I don't think it's going to be by 18.5.
What about that Arkansas then?
What about some?
Well, with the spread, yes.
Yeah. What about something fishy? Is there something fishy in the water tonight? Number 5, Iowa goes to Maryland. A 3-point favorite, Iowa is.
Boy, does that look easy.
Doesn't it?
Boy, it looks so easy.
Yeah.
And I've said Iowa's overrated. I've said it, but you guys have kind of told me, no, they're really good.
Yeah.
Guess what? Give me the Terrapins tonight.
Maryland's going to pick them off tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, give me the Terrapins as well. I actually think that, Tua's little brother, Taulia, he's a legit quarterback. Like, legit. I've watched this game. I broke some of his film down and just looked at him. Like, he's 274 yards last week, but he's 330 in every other game. Like, he's getting the ball done. He's great percentage. His QBR is high. His intelligence is high. Like, this guy can play, and he's a legit, right now, Heisman Trophy candidate.
All right, guys, give it to me. Final college game on the board. Again, a matchup of top 10 teams. Number 7, Cincinnati on the road at number 9, Notre Dame. Ooh. The Bearcats, a 1.5-point favorite. And by the way, look out. If the Bearcats win this game, they're going unbeaten.
Luke Fickell, man, he has got that team right where he wants them. But I'm not betting against Notre Dame at home. Irish are going to win that game. Straight up.
I'm going to read you a text that I got earlier today. I sent the text off just to tell a brother of mine, Brady Quinn.
Yep.
I told him, I said, hey, we got Gus Johnson on today. How you doing? He said, oh, man, love that guy. I said, hey. He said, have a good show. I said, by the way, watch out for Cincinnati. You know what he told me? Ritter is going to kill us.
Really?
This is coming from Brady Quinn. I already like Ritter. I sent you a text early, and I said Ritter was the best quarterback in the country. I got Cincinnati beating them without the points.
Cincinnati.
I got them. I got Ritter, and Tua's little brother.
Wow, Brady Quinn don't like the Irish?
That might have been for private.
No. Brady Quinn said the Irish are going to win, but he said Ritter was going to kill him. So I'm just going to take it a step further and say they get the W as well.
There you go. Yeah. All right, gang, let's go to the NFL. Lions, a 3-point underdog at Chicago. Got the full 3 there, guys. Baz?
I think Bears might be quitting on Matt Nagy. That's what I'm betting on in this game. Otherwise, I would think the Chicago would take them out at home. Lions looking for their first win. I think they get it.
Yeah.
Nagy lost the locker room week 1. The game's over. Lions.
Guys, this might be the matchup, one of the matchups of the weekend. Obviously, the Patriots
the Panthers
game.
For real?
Well, without Christian McCaffrey, I feel like it's
Chuba Hubbard's in there.
Yeah,
Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, but without McCaffrey, I just feel like it's a different Panthers team. This Dallas Cowboys team, Braylon, I will tell you, you have sold me, man. You have sold me on this Cowboys team. They're playing good defense and everything. Maz, what do you like? Panthers at Cowboys. Cowboys 4.5-point favorite.
I always go against the Monday night team. They have a short week. Carolina's home. Am I correct?
No, at Dallas on the sheet.
I'm going to take the Panthers and the points. Okay. I don't think they win, but I think they cover.
Okay.
Dallas wins, and the reason why is not because of their high-powered offense and Dak Prescott. It's because they are taking the ball from the offense. They are leading the league in takeovers, fumbles, and interceptions. Taking Dallas.
I think this is one of the best bets in the NFL this week.
It's a safe bet. Yeah.
This one coming up. Browns 2-point favorites at the Vikings. Maz.
You never know.
I love the Vikings in this game. They should be. They could go 4. They could be 3-0. They should be 4-0.
Oh, now you like the Vikings. When I was talking about the Vikings 2 weeks ago, nobody wanted to like the Vikings.
No. I never said they were trash.
Okay.
I'm rooting for them. I like Mike Zimmer. I know they're in our division.
I know you do like Mike Zimmer.
I like the Vikings in this game.
This is why I don't pick.
They're home, man.
Cleveland Browns.
They're home. Cleveland on the road.
You taking Cleveland?
No, I mean I don't know. I'm not taking anybody.
They're not going to sack Cousins 9 times.
No,
they're not.
Brown. Okay, so you got Minnesota, Braylon.
I'm taking my former team. I'm taking the Browns.
Browns.
Ooh, Odell Beckham might break out this week.
I'm telling you, he had a couple catches last weekend. He looks like himself.
Big time matchup in the NFC West. Arizona Cardinals go on the road to face Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are a 4.5-point favorite.
This will be the best. The battle of the good-looking coaches here, right? Mm-hmm. Kingsbury against Sean McVay.
Oh yeah. All right.
4.5, huh?
This could be the best game this year. This could be the best game this year so far.
I'm sticking with Stafford and the Rams. Cover that number.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Cards.
Cards.
I'm still not sold on the Rams. You heard my rhetoric. I'm not sold on the Rams. I love Stafford. I'm happy that he's happy. They're 4-0. They're a legit 4-0. I mean, a legit 3-0. No disrespect there. I love Kyler Murray and what they're doing out there in Arizona, man. I'm going with Kyler Murray.
3 games to go. Seattle on the road at the 49ers. Ooh. Another big game. This is less than a field goal game. San Francisco, 2.5-point favorite.
Both teams need it.
Yeah,
San Fran, bad loss.
Horrible
Seattle,
loss.
bad loss at Minnesota.
Terrible loss.
Shucks, man. It's tough for me to bet against the Seahawks. Yeah. I'm taking Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, who does Seahawks?
This is a battle. This is a battle of Braylon's former teams.
I know, right? I actually played. It's funny. I played in that game both ways. I'm taking the 49ers, but if we were doing a man chill out today, my man chill out would be what Pete Carroll has done to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, he took away all the defense, He got rid of all the Legion of Boom. He got rid of all the D-line. He didn't pay anybody and bring him back. You got rid of Sherman was the last piece. You let Earl go. You get rid of Russell Okung, who was a safety valve at left tackle for Russell Wilson. You haven't provided him a defense. You've just made him struggle, and he has still stayed the course. Mm-hmm. Like Russell Wilson's having one of the better seasons of anybody in the NFL, and isn't going unnoticed because he has no defense. Like Russell Wilson right now has 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Interceptions.
What do you got to say to Pete Carroll?
Man, chill out.
Chill out, Pete Carroll. So you going with the 49ers?
49ers.
All right.
And it's not Russell's fault.
Ravens. Oh, this is a pick'em game. Ravens at Broncos. Denver, a 1-point favorite.
Which means it's really they're an underdog.
Right.
Ravens coming off that miracle against the Lions. They're back on the road again.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Broncos to win their first real game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 3. They beat the Jets, the Giants, and the Jags.
Yep.
Lamar hasn't put together a full game for me yet in terms of passing and running the ball. I think he's had one of each. He's at either or. It's been either or. I think Lamar puts together a full game this week. He settles down, and they roll the Broncos.
Guys, last game on my sheet, I believe you had the Colts and Dolphins up on that graphic. I don't have it on my sheet.
Bucks and Pats.
Yeah, that's the last one. But you got to.
I can make a pick, sure.
You got to pick on the Colts and Dolphins.
Colts get their first win of the year.
Colts and Dolphins.
Dolphins. Okay.
I'm going Dolph Lundgren.
All right, you got it. By the way, Rocky 4 coming to theaters near you.
There it is,
November
right
11th.
Director's cut?
Director's cut, 40 extra minutes of the film included.
Are we going?
Yes. One night only at the theater.
Where's that?
I don't know. It's only one
wherever
night
it is,
only. Wherever it is,
we got to find it. We're there.
We'll be there. Also, guys, okay, game of the week. It is the Tampa Bay Bucks, 7-point favorites on the road at Foxborough taking on the Pats. What say you?
We got to wait all day to see this game.
Got to wait all day.
We've been talking about it all week.
Yeah.
I told you, Brady's got a little something for Belichick. They're coming off 2 losses, or at least they lost last week. My bad.
So
Buccaneers are going to lay it on them. At least the 2-touchdown win.
Yeah, they got AB back. Godwin's Godwin, AB, Mike Evans, everybody's there. I'm going, not only are they going to lay it on them, not only are they going to cover the spread, I think Brady breaks that record on the touchdown, the first drive of the game.
And they can beat Drew Brees'
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the yards record.
Oh, yeah.
It's 63 yards.
You do that in the first quarter.
I think you do it on the play. I think, I'm not saying it has to be the first play, but I think they will score like 65-yard touchdown to do it. Do it in fashion.
Maybe Mike Evans will get into this game because he's been invisible for the first.
Antonio Brown
weeks.
is back as well, so he goes back to New England as well. And Gronk goes back to New England.
That's something we never talked about. They did Gronk wrong. We've talked about it so much being the Tom Brady revenge game and them getting rid of Tom and Tom not being able to walk out the way he wanted to walk out. But we didn't talk about them trying to trade Gronkowski to the Lions. Like, he tried to trade Gronkowski to the Lions, which was a slap in the face. Man. Then he came back. They won a Super Bowl. Then he retired. He forced Gronk out, essentially. Gronk, you don't think Gronk wants to get back too?
That's what he does.
Gronk wants to get back too.
That's what Tom E. Curran said this week. He forces those guys out. Guys, got to get to a break. Come right back. We'll have the bottom line videos of the day. We're live at Big Boy on 12 Mile and Hoover. Yeah, baby.
The Mighty Networks, Woodward Sports Network. You know it. The bottom line.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Okay, this is very simple here. We like things very simple, like hot fudge, cream, ice cream. We like strawberry milkshakes. We just want simple things, including an experience when we go get ourselves a haircut. So I am telling you all to go to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. All you got to do is you walk in, you sign in, you sit down, you get yourself together, and you walk out handsome and clean before you know it. Open 7 days a week. Open from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. Look at Braylon over here. They'll even tighten up that beard a little bit.
Smooth.
Just walk in anytime because it's wicked awesome.
It definitely is wicked awesome.
How about that? Maz, we are running out of time here. Bottom line, videos of the day, my friend. What are you laughing at over there?
They keep playing the NFL and the ticker. That ding.
Oh, I can't hear it. I don't have that capability.
But I can't hear Maz in your ear, so like you can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear Maz in your ear?
I can't hear him in his. I can only hear. You can hear him. I can't.
Oh man,
you can't hear me right now?
I can now though. But if you were talking about what you were talking about, I couldn't hear.
Oh man, all
That's
kinds
all right.
of stuff.
That's all
Which
right.
one of you kicked me?
Hey, let's talk a little baseball, right? It's coming down to the playoffs.
Oh, Maz's favorite.
It is
There
unbelievable. Let's check back with the Astros last night. Red hot, and they clinch the AL now. Excuse me,
NFC.
The AL.
Verlander coming back for them anytime
Oh yeah,
soon?
sure. Check out this.
Ground ball. Bregman on 2 hops. Low throw picked by Yuli. Division winners. The golden era of Astros baseball continues. A 4th division title in 5 years. The crown is back where it.
Man, that's a good team. That
Oh,
is a good
man.
team. You don't want to really have to play them. I don't think you want to play anyone in the American League.
No, you don't.
Tell you the truth, it is so red hot.
You make the playoffs. Who do you want to play? Nobody.
Man, nobody.
Nobody.
Just give me my participation award. Let me get to the offseason.
Hey, everyone says Dodgers. Dodgers aren't winning this year. It's coming from the American League.
I mean, we're in the playoffs now.
We
with
are.
the 4 teams. I mean, the Yanks, I think, are in unless an absolute devastation.
Yeah, don't say that yet.
Yeah,
They got to play the Rays. Hey, the Atlanta Braves, your team.
Yes,
They
sir.
clinched last night.
Yes,
the
sir.
NL East.
Acuna.
Check this
Shout out to old school Fulton Stadium.
Fulton County, baby.
Pitch. He got it! Against all odds, against all comers, the Braves are the champions of the National League East for the 4th straight year.
How about those Braves,
Oh,
huh?
man,
They
I'm
remind you of the
telling
Braves
you.
of the 90s? No, not really.
Nah,
Well, yeah,
But they're winning.
win the division,
They
make the
still win.
playoffs. Can't get.
That's the best That's the best bullpen of all time. Those Braves in the '90s, man. Tell me a better bullpen.
John Rocker.
That was later.
Oh,
Don't break him up.
That was late. It was later. I'm talking about Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox, and Avery.
Hey, keep it in baseball for one more time, all right?
John Rocker.
Well, I mean, did he come out of the bullpen?
Let's go back to 24. He went, right in the New York subway. Let's go back to 2014. The Kansas City Royals and the Oakland A's. This was an epic game. This game was 8-8 going into the 9th, and check out the Royals walking it off.
He walked him off.
That Royals team would go to the World Series and lose in 7 games to the San Francisco Giants. Of course, they beat the Mets after that, so I don't want to talk about that anyway. We move on. Did you see Jeopardy?
Oh,
No, I did not.
man, it's so good.
Check this out. Check this subject out
I did not.
and listen to the answer.
Is Aaron Rodgers still the host?
The Weekend 6.
On a fall Sunday, you can head to Duval County to
On a
check
fall
out
Sunday, you
quarterback
can go
and
head
main man
to
Trevor
Duval
Lawrence,
County
who
and
plays
watch
for this
Trevor
NFL
Lawrence play
team.
for this NFL team.
Abigail.
What are the Lions?
No. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
She says, "What are the Lions?"
Neither one of them have a win, so technically she's right.
You know what I found out
The
today?
cat.
Alex showed me, and someone else showed me too. If you go to your phone and ask Siri who is the worst team in the NFL, go ahead, try it.
Okay.
Try it.
Hey Siri,
who is the worst team in the NFL?
Watch what pops up.
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions pop up. How funny is that? Our content guys, the Woodward Sports content guys, told us that earlier.
Isn't that like if you do this too? Whose nickname is the Magic Man? Isn't it Pavel Datsyuk? They'll pop up.
I don't know.
Because somebody who made this, somebody who
You probably got distorted when you did that, though. Yeah. Who was messing around and figured that out is a good question.
I don't know.
Who was just messing around and saying, you know what, let me just see who's.
The Magic Man. Pavel Datsyuk.
Look at that.
There you go.
I think whoever created that stuff is from Detroit or something.
That's funny. Hey, I got one more video for you to head to the weekend.
Okay.
Right.
I know you're gassed.
Gas.
42 years ago today, one of the most
Ryan was born.
epic commercials to ever come out. It's Mean Joe Green and that kid giving him a
Oh,
Coke.
man.
I love this commercial. Check it out.
So great.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help?
Mm-mm.
I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah, sure.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good, makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to say,
Hey, kid.
the whole world is smiling with me. Coca-Cola.
The only thing I like about that is forget a Coca-Cola before the game. You can smoke during the games. So, of course, they weren't drinking Gatorade. They were drinking Coca-Cola on the sideline.
Look at Ryan.
Listen,
it's our favorite. It's our favorite word.
My partner is gassed.
What time did you wake up today?
2:30.
Oh, yeah.
He's been doing shows with Fox since 4 this morning. So my buddy he's holding on
Gassed.
by a small thread.
It's one of our favorite words of the
is.
show. I think if you had a hashtag, the word of the show, gas.
The best was Monday night when we did the show. You did your thing, then we did the show, and then we had to do the Lions pregame for the Monday Night Football. You were like incoherent at the last 5 minutes.
Maz looks at me. There's 10 minutes ago in the show. He looks at me all nonchalant. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I looked at him and said, "Gassed."
What do you mean gassed? So what you asked me for?
Hey guys, Sunday 11:01 at O'Toole's. Tom Mazaway is going to be there with Joik Bell and Neil Rule. Kennedy will be there.
Adam,
Stick and Joey and Adam will be there as well. Jade will be there. Our teammates from Alex will be there.
Yeah.
Our teammates from 101 WRIF will be there. It is a great thing. Go on out to O'Toole's 11:01, and then Stick and Anson will be down at the Brass Rail downtown for the postgame show. They'll go live at the 2-minute warning. Braylon, this has been an absolutely great day today. Thank you to everybody
Always a pleasure.
at
Gus
Big
Johnson.
Boys. Patrick, Frank, thanks so much. We appreciate it. And Gus Johnson as well.
Gus Johnson, man, it's been a heck of a show, Maz. Alex, Ryan, always a pleasure. Woodward Sports Network, Armani and Edwards. This is The Bottom Line, and we are The Bottom Line.
Go Blue.
Why not?
Until